this brand new tutorial of the intermediate series for the Python programmers. So in this tutorial, we're going to talk about the class methods of Python. So class methods basically they are also known as the factory method. So class methods basically they are used to basically access all the very class variables in a class. So guys, here I have just defined a class, wrote a class, an oops class, and now there's a constructor, and in which I have given two parameters, name and role, and then there's a function called again there's a method called display, from which I'm displaying the name and the role of the particular input. And then I've called then I've created an object called call, and then I have given the inputs for the parameters. For the name it's Satyarth, and for the role it's programmer. Then I called the method of display method using the object, and when I display it when I run it, so yes, the name is Satyarth and the role is programmer. So this is a very basic and very simple oops class program. So now let's say guys that that let's say that I want to also create a variable known as role age. So for creating, and I want to create that variable in my as a class variable. So uh, just underneath the class, if I say that age is equals to let's say give our age which is 2021, and here, and now guys, if we want to access this age variable, which is a class variable, class instance variable, so we have to define a new method known as the class method. So for defining the class method, first of all we have to use a decorator, a property known as class method. So I just say class method, and then basically this decorator, it is a property which specifies that what type of the characteristics of method will have. So the method which I'm going to initialize is going to have the property of class method. So I'll create a class method known as let's say known as age, like here. Yep, age. And now the parameters which a class method access should have are the class variable name or the class parameter name, and then any other parameter. So for and the class parameter name is very much compulsory and it is required. So I'll say that and also you cannot use the word class in it, like if I say that if I use this class, then it is now in orange in color. So basically in Python, this each and every name, each and every word has its own meaning. So you cannot use a word class here. You have to use some other word, like if I say cls, so it is basically cls. And now if I say, let's say that okay, first of all it will be there like this only, and then I'll say that return age, sorry, it will be cls dot age. So what basically it is doing, so first of all basically I have this cls parameter. This basically says that this particular method, age method, it basically can have access to all the variable instance defined in a class. So this cls is basically it represents the class one, that this is a class method, and this from this and due to this parameter cls which we have defined here, it can basically access all the variable instance of a class. So now and in a class cls, there's a variable present known as age. So I have just returned that only, that return cls dot age. And now if I say uh, that I want to print this particular class method, then just say that uh, print the object. I'll call the object, and I'll define the method name. And if I F5, then yes, now it is showing me the particular age variable 21, which is defined in the class. So this is the very basic of the class method. So now guys, let's move further and dig deeper into this class method. So now let's say that you have many records. Let's say you have many records, many instances, to be very precise. You have many instances in a class, and you want to basically change their age. You want to basically, let's say let's say that give access to all the instance, class method instance, to all the present instance like name or role. So basically so you have to use this class method for doing that. So now let's say guys that I want to change this age variables value to some another value like 22, 23, or any other value. So the one thing is that I can change it from here only 23 or 24 and 25, whatever we want. But it is not a good practice of programming. So if you define a particular class method for it, then it is a very good, because you have to just now only call the value from anywhere in your program, and you can change the variable's value. So now for changing the for making some alteration in this in this age value, you have to just basically define a new parameter. You can use any parameter name you want. I say that new age. And now here guys, I'll say that cls dot age is equals to new age. And now let us create some more objects. So I'll say call2 is equals to person, and I'll say that Yash, and I'll say that he's a student. Just okay, let me just remove this display call. Okay, so now guys, I have created a new object of call2, in which we have given the values for the name and role as Yash and student. And now let's say guys that I want to change the age value for this Satyarth and Yash respectively. So what I'll do is I'll basically call basically define I'll basically call the this particular object call, and then in the age method I'll give the value for like 21. Okay, and now let me just copy it. And now in this call2 object I'll give the age value for 19. And if I print it, okay, it's showing me none. Okay, okay, so if I print this, then it's showing me nothing. uh, so basically now it has successfully basically changed the value for Satyarth's age to 21 and to Yash's age as 19. So now if I print the if I call the instance, like if I call the call instance for the which is for Satyarth, and if I ask it to print its age, uh, and if I do this the same one for Yash also, if I say that call2 and if I run it, yes, so for Satyarth, it's showing me the age is 21, and sorry, and for Yash, it's showing me the age is 19. So basically this is how you can use the class method to basically change the class variables for each and every variable, each and every instance, without just calling the self parameter. Because if you call the self parameter, then you have to initialize all this value for it, self dot even etc etc for it. But here I'm if in this class method, using just this one parameter, this class name parameter, which I have used is cls. You can call it anything. You can just say you can call it like, let's say that age cls, or anything you want. But there should be a class parameter for it, so that the compiler can understand that the interpreter, sorry, in python, it can understand that there's a parameter present in this class method, which is allowing it to access all the instance of this all the class variable instance. So like this, you can basically initialize, and you can alter the class instance variable. There's one more thing, guys, that is that if you want to change the class variable by this, let's say that you want to change the class variable by call dot age is equals to let's say that 25. If you do this, then uh, it will basically show an error. If I run this, okay, so source code will be saved. Okay, so it's just not showing the error in this. Like if you print it, then it's obviously showing it, the value is 25. But in the virtual memory, what it is doing is that it is creating a new variable, a new call.age variable with the value of 25, and we are just printing this call.age here. uh, so it's creating basically a new variable, a new whole variable. If you do this, if you do the change like this, then it will create a whole new variable, and it will occupy some space in the memory, which we obviously don't want. So we don't do the alteration in the class instance variable like this. Rather, we use this class method like this, and then we do the alteration in the class method by calling this object, by this calling this object, particular object, and then initializing the value for this class method. So that's it for this tutorial, guys, this class method tutorial, guys. And in the next video, we'll talk about that how you can use this class method as the alternative constructor, as a constructor. So basically here also, that here it is the constructor in which we have basically used the self parameter and then other parameters. But if you use this class method acts as constructor, then you won't have to use this self parameter as the initial and the non-optional parameter. You can rather just call the cls, and then you can do a lot of changes in that with very simple line of codes if you use this class method as constructor. So till then, goodbye, take care, and keep coding. And forgot you guys that if you like this video, then please just subscribe this video, sorry, please do subscribe the channel and share it with your programmer friends. Till then, goodbye, take care.